Welcome back, lottery fans. Today I'm going to walk you through a pick 4 rundown, and then I'm going to show you for a couple of different states where this rundown has actually been working. So I'm actually going to show you the winning hits from this rundown for a couple of different states. So this rundown is actually fairly simple, where it's actually the +2, +4, +6 rundown, and we're going to use our basic tic-tac-toe rundown pick 4 worksheet. If you want a copy of this worksheet, you can go ahead and download it for free from lotterypredictor.com in the resources section. I'll also make sure I leave a link below in the description so you can get it from there. And we're going to go ahead and jump off and start with the first rundown. I'm going to run through how to do this rundown and then, as I said, show you where those winning numbers are. So we're going to start with the first state, which is the Florida Midday. And I did some backtracking within the Florida Midday, tried a few different rundowns, and this rundown really struck me as working pretty well. Within the last 10 days, it's seen 5 hits from this rundown, so it's a very good, clear indication that this rundown is working within Florida right now. So the first date that I started with, which kicked it off, was the 13th of March. That's the base date that I started with. And to do this rundown, we only need the one result, and we don't need the translated grid. Everything's coming out of the base grid for this one. So go ahead and we look back and we see what our midday result is for Florida on the 13th, and that was a 6503. So in order to do this rundown, the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to add 6503 into the left hand column here, from top to bottom. So we'll put 6 in the first spot, and then a 5, and then a 0, and a 3. And then what we're going to go ahead and do is to fill in these boxes across here. We can go ahead and do exactly what the rundown says. We're going to add 2 in the first box, we'll add 4 in the second box, and we'll add 6 for the last box. So we're going to take this first number, 6, and we're going to do a +2 on it. So 6 plus 2 is 8. And then we're going to take the number again, the 6 again, and add 4 to it. So we're always adding to our first digit here. So 4 plus 6 is 10. As this is a pick 4 lottery, we don't need 10. We can't use 10, so we'll just take the right handmost digit, which is a 0. So put a 0 here. And then we'll take the 6 and add 6 to it, and that's 12. And as for the 10, we don't need that 12 number. We only need the right hand digit, which is a 2. So we'll put a 2 in there. And we're going to go ahead and do exactly the same on the next line. 5 plus 2 is 7. 5 plus 4 is 9. And 5 plus 6 is 11. Just taking the right hand digit is a 1. Same again on the next line. 0. This one's an easy one. 0 plus 2 is 2. 0 plus 4 is 4. 0 plus 6 is 6. And then on the last line as well. So 3 plus 2 is a 5. 3 plus 4 is a 7. And 3 plus 6 is a 9. There we go. So now we have the base grid filled out. Let me go ahead and show you where I'm seeing these numbers hitting. And as I said, I've seen 5 numbers in the last 10 days. So I'm going to show you what those results are and show you where they are showing up in the grid. So the first result that I actually saw is on the 14th of March. So exactly the next day, we saw the result on the 14th being a 1, 4, 2, 7. And as we go to our grid and take a look here, we're actually going to go ahead and see right here 1, 4, 2, 7. So there's our numbers right there, 1, 4, 2, 7, all connecting. That's the key to this grid, is the numbers have to be connecting. If they're apart, it doesn't count. That's critical for all the rundowns I do like this. Have to make sure those numbers are connecting for them to be valid. The next number actually happened on the next day, the 15th of March, and result on the 15th was a 8902. So we go ahead and look at the grid, and here we are at the top here, 8902. So that was a valid one there. And then once again, so we actually had 3 days in a row. On the 16th of March, we saw another hit with the result 2837. And when we look at the grid, we can go ahead and see 8723 here. So a box hit right here in these numbers here. 8723. Then we waited a couple of days, actually a few days. I was starting to think that this rundown had petered out and burnt itself out in the first 3 days, but we actually saw a couple more started to hit. On the 21st, we saw the result being a 0916. We go ahead and look at our grid here, and the 0916 is right here. 0916. So it's a very clear straight right down here in these four numbers here. And then the last one that I've seen to date was just yesterday, and we saw 323. We saw the result 9108. And if we look at the grid again, we've got the box hit right here, 8091. These four numbers right here, 9108, 8091, the box hit there. So there we go, Florida Midday, 5 hits in just the last 10 days. I fully anticipate that this rundown is probably going to be good at this pace, probably for another couple of weeks at least. Keep playing it. Let me know if it's you see any more hits out of it. Definitely interested to hear from you. Leave me a comment below. But let's go ahead and jump into the next state that I noticed the same rundown working for, and I'll do the rundown again for you and then show you exactly where it's been hitting in that state. And this state is going to be Ohio. So the Ohio Evening Lottery. And in terms of the date, I ran through a whole bunch of different dates, and this one actually started on the 12th of March. Oops, don't know why I wrote a 0 there. 312. So, as with the other rundown, we don't need, we only need the one drawing. We only need the base grid for these ones to start showing up. And on the evening of the 312, we actually saw the result was a 0987. Go ahead and fill it in there, and much like the other rundown, we're going to go ahead and fill that in the box in the left hand column here, 0987. And then we're going to do, as I said, this is the +2, +4, +8 rundown. So we're going to do a +2 in this next column, +4 in that column, and a +8, sorry, not a +8, a +6. That would be bad if I did a +8, because that rundown would be completely wrong. +6 in that column. So we're going to go ahead and take the 0. This top line is very easy. 0 + 2 is 2. 0 + 2 is 4. 0 + 6 is 6. There we go. Like that. And then the next one, we have a 0 + 9 is 11, but we only need the right digit, so that's a 1. 9 + 4 is 13, so we'll take the 3. And a 9 + 6 is 15, so we'll take the 5. Next one down, 8 + 2 is 10, which is a 0. 8 + 4 is 12, we'll take the 2. And 8 + 6 is 14, we'll take the 4 from that. And then on the last line, same again, 7 + 2 is 9. 7 + 4 is 11, we'll take the 1. 7 + 6 is 13 rather, we'll take the 3 from that. There we go. Let me go ahead and now start showing you which results I started seeing. And for this rundown, in the last 10 days, we've seen 7 hits. That's a massive number, 7 hits. 7 out of 10 is a phenomenal amount of hits for a rundown to be hitting. So very, very strong rundown for Ohio. I highly recommend playing this for a while longer, as it seems to be very, very hot. So much like the Florida one, we saw the first hit on the 14th of March, and the result there was a 0153. So go ahead and turn to our grid here, and this is going to start getting pretty filled up with all these hits here, but we got a 0, 1, 3, 5 at the top here. So a box hit right there, straight off the bat. Then we continued to run, 315. We had the result of a 9132. And the 9132 on our grid is actually at the bottom here, 9132, right there. That's our number there. Continuing on, just another day, so 3 days in a row now so far. On the 16th, we saw the result as a 0271. And on our grid, when we take a look, we've got right here 7021. So a box hits here, that right there, 7021 0271, same numbers, so a box hit on that one. And then keeping the run alive on the 17th, so this is another indicator why this is a very strong run down for Ohio right now. We had 4 days in a row, exactly after, almost exactly after the 12th there. We just missed 1 day, 4 days in a row where we hit, and on the 17th we had a 2491. And when we turn to our grid here and take a look, right here, a 9241. So these four numbers here, 9241, 2491. Another box hit right there. Then we went ahead and we took a couple of days break, much like we did in Florida. Not sure what was going on those dates of the 18th and 19th, but both Florida and Ohio wanted to give them the skip. But then on the 20th, came back strong again, and we went ahead and saw an 8502 as the result on the 20th. Taking our pen here, and when we look at our grid, we have these numbers right here, 8025. So you'll notice as I'm filling these on, all of these numbers, as I said, all of these have to be connected. They can't be dotted around the board. They have to be connected either as a straight or a box hit. Otherwise, it's not valid. So our 8502, 8025 box hit right there, all connected. Then again, another consecutive day on 3/21, we had a result of 1129. And when we look at our grid again, right here, we've got 1219 right there. So there's our numbers, 1219, 1129, another box hit of connecting numbers. And then our last one, skipping the 22nd, moving on to the 23rd. So the 23rd of March, we had a result of 2951. And when we look at our grid here, go ahead and find 5219 right here, 5219, 9125, 5219, that's a 2951. Same numbers, box hit, connecting numbers. So there we go, 10 days, 7 hits. I fully anticipate this to be a very strong one for Ohio, so please keep tracking it. Definitely also give this a rundown, a test in your state as well. If it's working in Florida and Ohio, there's a very good chance it's also working in some other states as well. Definitely leave me a comment below. Let me know how it's working for you. If you want to see me do rundowns for your states, leave me a comment below as well. Please give me a thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video as well if you like, and I'll catch you on the next one. Good luck. Thanks. Bye.